On this opening episode of Game Changers, we interviewed Athletic Director Brandon Burley, who will be leaving RCHS this week to pursue a career at Harrisonburg High School. So, on vacation, you got the call from Harrisonburg, and they're saying they applied, you got the job for AD. What was your first reaction when you got that call?
Well, when I was on vacation, that's when they called to schedule an interview.
They scheduled an interview.
I scheduled the interview, and I came back and I interviewed. I just wanted to kind of see what other opportunities were around, and it was a difficult decision just because RAP is such a special place. I've made a lot of relationships here with kids and with the adults and the coaches and the staff. So it was mixed. It was a really mixed emotion.
Yeah.
You want to take advantage of opportunities, but you also, it's hard to leave things behind.
So you've been here, this would have been your fourth year as AD. What is one of the best memories you've had here? Because I know you've had a lot, so what would be one of the best?
I don't know if I can nail down just one. There have been so many. One that sticks out is the state volleyball championship, just being there to witness that and the excitement on coach's face and the kids, and just the support that the community gave, which is another testament to just the great community that RAP is. I think the cross country state champions that we've been able to watch, and softball most recently making it to the state tournament this year, which was unexpected by a lot of people except for I think us.
Yeah.
So it's hard to nail down just one memory because there's so many of them, and that's the one thing that I can always keep with me when I leave RAP.
Again, you've been here for 4 years. Do you feel like you've left a positive impact for what's to come for the RAP athletic program?
I think so.
You think so?
And I think we've made some changes, and sometimes change is difficult, but sometimes change is necessary to grow. I think that we are having some growth. I think we've got good coaches in place who are student and kid oriented and are concerned with the overall student athlete versus just wins and losses. So I think RAP is going to continue to grow.
And a little bit of like a foreshadowing, like if you could talk to the new AD right now, what would you say to him or her?
I think I would tell him how great of a place RAP is. Just to get in and to be a part of the community, and to get to know people. If it's not somebody from within the community, but obviously somebody from within would know. But just to continue building relationships and be a part of the community and do whatever you can to help the students and the student athletes in the school.
Next, we interviewed Principal Jimmy Swindler to get his take on the news about Burley's departure. Do you feel like Burley has left the athletic program in a good state?
Absolutely. I have said many times that as you know, I was Burley's predecessor, Brandon Burley's predecessor as AD. I had the job for 4 years. I felt like I got our bus off the side of the road and moving in a forward direction, and I felt and feel that Burley has gotten our bus and taken us to places that either we haven't been to for a long, long time or we've never been to. So that's the long answer. The short answer is absolutely, he's left us. I think the goal of any individual, no matter what you're doing, but particularly with teachers and administrators, the goal should always be, when you leave a position to go on to the next thing, you always try to leave what you had better than what you found it. That's always been a personal goal of mine, and whether it's a goal of Brandon's or not, I don't know, but I can tell you that's exactly what he did.
So you're thinking about hiring a new athletic director by September. Has a standard been set for that yet?
Well, standard in the sense that, well, let me back up. No, standard hadn't been set yet because we are soliciting input from the community. There's a survey out there now where we're asking people to tell us what qualities they would like to see in our new AD. We're in the process of forming an interview committee that will consist of myself, perhaps another administrator or two, coaches, parents, and hopefully a student athlete or two. Once we get our survey results, and I believe the deadline for responding to the survey is August 31st, we will quickly tally those, identify the qualities that people are looking for. By that time, because we're advertising the position now, by that time we will have a pool of applicants. My expectation is probably that first week of September we will actually conduct the interviews. Again, that's an expectation, not set in stone yet. And the goal, I believe, is to have a candidate's name to present to the school board by their September meeting, which is on September 11th. That's the goal. That's the timetable. We want to do this as quickly as possible. However, we also want to do it the right way. We want to make sure that the next person we get is going to pick things up right where Burley left off and take us to even better places.
So in Burley's first year here as a coach, it was your very last year as AD.
Correct.
He was a head basketball coach for the girls varsity team. What made you think that Burley was capable to be the next AD?
When I interviewed, and I was on the interview team that interviewed Brandon, and I'll never forget it, in his interview he said, he told us that he had a sports marketing degree, which of course we knew because we had looked at his background information. But he said then that his goal was to one day be an AD, that he wanted to be an AD to start with in a small school, similar to what he had grown up in. And he hoped to be able to be at a small school for a number of years. And then with any luck, if it was something that he liked and he thought he did well at, he would hope to be able to move it to a larger stage. And that's exactly how it's worked out. He has given us 3+ years of outstanding service, done a lot of good stuff for us. He was given an opportunity that truly he would have been foolish to turn down. I and I hope we wish him all the best. It's our loss in a way, yes, of course, but I think if anybody else were in his position, they would have done the exact same thing. I mean, there's sometimes an opportunity comes along and you simply have to take it. And I'm very happy for him. I'm excited for him, and definitely looking forward to our volleyball home opener on August 21st, when his new school will be over here, and we've already told him he has to be here. So we'll look forward to seeing him then. And of course, he's here all through the end of this week. His last day will be this Friday, which I want to say is the 13th, whatever the date of Friday is. And we'll be working very closely in this week. As a matter of fact, he and I are going to meet as soon as this interview is over. And we're going to be going over a lot of things to make sure I know where everything is and what's coming up. Again, I expect a smooth transition as interim AD. I did do the job for 4 years. Burley has left everything set up in exquisite fashion. So I don't really expect any hiccups. And then hopefully the new person that we find, when they come in, they will be able to do at least as good a job as Burley and hopefully surprise us and do even a better job. But again, yeah, back to your question. I knew from the beginning that Brandon wanted to be an athletic director. He made no secret of it, and it's definitely his calling. He was made for this.
And this ties into the second question. What are you looking for in the new AD?
Well, I'm reluctant. Really, the important question is, what is the community looking for? What I'm looking for basically is someone who can handle the athletic department without having to be bringing things to my desk all the time, other than things that I need signatures for. I want someone who's a strong leader, who cares about kids, who is familiar with the rules and the regulations that we have to abide by, who has good communication skills, who can work with our parents, and who will really be a PR agent for our athletic programs to entice. We have a pretty high number of kids percentage-wise who participate in sports, but I would always like to see that number grow, only because having been a high school athlete, I know what skills and lessons it taught me that has served me well in life. I'm 58 years old and I still use things that I learned as a basketball player on a team when I was 18 years old. High school athletics teaches you lessons about teamwork, about patience, about persistence, about the value of not giving up, and leadership. So again, I'm looking for someone that has all of those attributes, but also I want to know what the community wants. My suspicion is that the community will want the same things that I do, but once we narrow down exactly what we're looking for, it's probably going to be along the lines of what I just said.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, and thank you for all you do for our school system, Cameron.